We've had Frimpong Friday. Kirkes is en route, it seems, and Florian Wirtz still is edging closer. However, we could be losing a player. Al Nassr in Saudi have made Luis Diaz their top target, according to Fabrizio Romano. What exactly does that mean for Liverpool Football Club if the Colombian leaves? Let's talk about it. First and foremost, big up to everyone watching and listening. If this is the first time you're visiting Team Kopish, please do subscribe. If you are returning, make sure you leave your comment. And if you are both, smash that like button as well, please, people. Look, let's get straight into it. Here's the tweet. I'll make that bigger so you guys can see it on the screen as well. I was live doing the call-in show and Fabrizio Romano dropped a bomber. And it reads as followed. Al Nassr consider Luis Diaz as one of their main targets for the summer window to restart with ambitious plan. Barcelona have also Luis Diaz on the list, but it depends on the financial request by Liverpool. Al Nassr have David Hancho, a former slot player, and Luis Diaz among top priorities. There's the player himself. So what exactly does this mean? Firstly, I don't think we should lose our heads too much. It is a rumored link. Why people are giving this more enthusiasm, why people are speaking about this, and why I'm speaking about this is because it's coming from Fabrizio Romano. And let's be honest, throughout the whole season, Luis Diaz has been linked with a move to Barcelona. And in the last few months, he's been linked with a move to Saudi. And we know that the Saudis, they have a lot of money to spend and can pay a lot of money. Luis Diaz and Nunes joked about it in an interview they did for Liverpool Football Club. Luis Diaz has been fantastic for Liverpool this season. Made no bones about it. I've been someone who criticised Luis Diaz over the last couple of years. But Luis Diaz has been Liverpool, in my opinion, Liverpool's second best attacker this season behind, obviously, Mo Salah. And he's going to be wanted by other teams, especially considering his contract situation. We know that his contract expires not this summer, but the following summer. So if he's not going to sign, no, sorry, it's not this next summer. Sorry, the summer after that. So 2027. So he's in the last 2 years of his contract. If we don't sell him now, we've got to extend him. Now, the question becomes, do we want to give him his salary demands, considering he's going to be about 28? I don't have an issue with it. It seems like the club seem to be umming and ahhing about it. Is Luis Diaz replaceable? As a footballer, yes. He's a fantastic footballer, though. Make no bones about it. Can he be inconsistent in front of goal? Yes. Can he be inconsistent with his final decision? Yes. Can he be inconsistent with his final pass? Yes. But as I say, and I will keep on repeating, he was Liverpool's second best attacker last season. So why interest from Saudi? Well, Saudi are trying to build their brand. They continue to build their footballing landscape. And Luis Diaz is a player they're now looking at. A player who can go over there in somewhat of his prime and say to other players, look, I'm going over there, just like John Duran did, just like Moussa Diaby and other players, and I can have a successful time over there, get paid very well, play in a nice climate, and be compensated for it. Barcelona has always been the one that's leaked out off the page for me, though. He's made no secret of his love for Barcelona, and neither is his dad. But Barcelona don't have the financial clout. Shout out to Omar B, YT. He's got a YouTube channel, supports Barcelona. Go and check his channel out. He spoke about this on the call-in show we recently had and said that he rates Luis Diaz, but doesn't rate him to 85 million euros, which is apparently the asking price of Liverpool Football Club. Now, I think Saudi would pay that sort of money. So from a business perspective, if you're Liverpool Football Club, you want to sell to the highest bidder, right? The question then becomes, would Luis Diaz want to go to Saudi, or would he try and hold out for a move with Barcelona, which makes things more complicated? Barcelona, I don't believe, want to go over the 60 mil mark, and that's euros, that is. Saudi, I believe we can get 85. I think we can comfortably get 85 mil for Luis Diaz, personally. And that's where I'd prefer to go with it. And not just that, if he goes to Saudi, there's no chance or danger of us playing against him. If he goes to Barcelona, we can play against him. We can play against him in the Champions League. I don't want that. He's a player that's, on his day, could be unplayable. I don't want him coming back to Liverpool and potentially knocking us out. Now, granted, it could happen. And it could happen with other players. But particularly Luis Diaz, I know on his day he can be unplayable. I'd rather sell him for more money to a team where there's less risk of him ever coming back to haunt us. Now, what impact does that have on the squad? It seems like Núñez is going to be going. It seems like Chiesa is going to be going. It seems like Elliott's going to be going. Now, Florian Wirtz looks like he's going to be coming in. So that effectively replaces Elliott being the second number 10. Gakpo's being linked to move to Bayern Munich. However, I don't think we do that. I think we reject any bids. I think we keep Gakpo for another year minimum. Jota is the anomaly. Jota is the one that we can't really predict at the moment because of the injuries, his lack of form and his inconsistencies last season. He looked like a player who was coming to the twilight of his career when really he should be in the peak of his career. But the injuries look like they've really taken a toll on him, especially the one he got last season with the punctured lung. Sorry, hay fever is killing me, guys. Apologies. I keep on wiping my nose. So then you think, oh, well, we need a striker. And Luis Diaz is someone who can operate across the whole front three. So that's why I believe keeping Luis Diaz is something that we should be trying to do if he doesn't want to go. This season, he's played left and he's played centre forward. If we are to go out and get another striker, and let's say it's Ekitike for all intensive purposes, Ekitike, in my opinion, is a project striker. Having someone like Luis Diaz there, who is very available throughout the season, has shown he can play as a centre forward and a number 9 for Liverpool, and would be doing it for his second season, I think that takes so much pressure off the new striker, if it is Ekitike or someone else. And I think that's why he's so vital. As a left winger, I believe he's definitely irreplaceable. And there's so many names out there. You've got Rafael Leao, you've got Rodrigo. Wirtz could even play left wing sometimes. You've got Anthony Gordon that a lot of Liverpool fans admire. There are left wingers out there who, in my opinion, could replace Diaz as a left winger and his output at left wing. I don't think there's a lot of left wingers who have his versatility, though. And that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at his versatility. He can play left, he can play centre, and he can play right. He doesn't play right as much, but he can play there. We've seen it. Centre forward last season, I thought, was where he had his best performances. And left wing, he can still do a job there. But Gakpo, in my opinion, is probably main left winger now. The question then becomes, who are his possible replacements? I know I mentioned some names there, and this is maybe one for the comment section. If it's up to me, and money's no option, if you sell Luis Diaz for that amount, and we can bring in Rodrigo, do it. Now, where you can flip the script and go, okay, if you bring in that sort of money for Diaz, do you go for an up-and-coming left winger, like a Malik Fofana, for example, someone who's not necessarily ready yet, but in a year or two time could be ready. And in the next year or two, he can be Gakpo's understudy and rotate and get minutes from Gakpo. And then you can use the rest of the money on another striker. But then you also think, okay, if Fofana's coming, does that potentially block the pathway for Rio? The left wing situation is a little tricky one. And it's not one I really want us to address right now unless we have to. I think we need to try and keep Diaz. However, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Contract talks have gone very quiet. Not hearing anything there. And if Saudi is serious with this bid, I don't see Liverpool standing in his way. In fact, I see Liverpool accepting the bid and kind of going, go on, just go Saudi and reinvest in the money. The problem is, how do we reinvest the money and who do we go and get? Because for me, Gakpo is a player who has purple patches. I don't know if you can rely on Gakpo as a main left winger throughout the whole season. And I know people are going to get at me for that because Gakpo has had a good season. But I've also seen Gakpo have some real down times this season. If you're going to be the main left winger, you need to kind of get to a level where you're going, all right, if Salah don't turn up, I'm going to turn up. We need to see that from Gakpo if Luis Diaz is going. If you've got Gakpo and Diaz to rotate, then you're kind of all right. But then Jota becomes another question as well. But all in all, the question is, will Al Nassr bid for Luis Diaz? And if they do, will Liverpool accept it? And will Luis Diaz accept it? Only one way to find out, and that's sticking around and see what's happening this summer. People, I'd love to get your thoughts about it. Let me know if you would sell Luis Diaz or if you want to keep him. And also let me know how much you think we should take as a fee from Al Nassr if they are going to bid. And let me know also who would be your ideal replacement for Luis Diaz. People, time will tell what happens. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you all for watching and listening. Till we see you again. Stay safe, stay blessed. The Kop-Ish are out, people. Take care.